Hi everybody, this is Stacy McGee and I'm your instructor for this semester, and I just wanted to give you a brief online orientation here. So I'm going to walk through the orientation material that I emailed to you. We start out here. This is my information, which is also on the syllabus, so feel free to contact me. We are going to use both Moodle and my marketing lab in this semester, so I'll show you how to find your way around in those. You want to make sure this is a good fit for you. Online courses aren't for everyone. You have to have a lot of self-discipline, and in many ways it's a little tougher than an in-person class, so just make sure, hopefully, if this is your first online class, make sure you look through everything first to make sure this is a good fit for you. I have 8 tasks here to try to get done before the semester officially starts on Tuesday. The first thing is to learn how to navigate in Moodle. Now, if you're seeing this, that means you are already in Moodle, and I have instructions emailed, but if you're reading this, then I guess you already made it here. So the second thing is to locate and download information that you think you're going to use. The course schedule, the syllabus, especially the course schedule. There's stuff due every Sunday, so you don't want to lose track of your due date, so make sure you look over all that and print out anything you think you need to print out. The next step is to look at the information that I have under Course Information and Resources. There's a lot of things there, so you'll know exactly what to expect. In this section, most of your questions about the course should be answered. I have some videos. I have this video. I have one on the syllabus. I have one on my marketing lab. And there's instructions for everything. And most of the questions that I get throughout the semester are actually covered in here. So read through this stuff carefully. Make sure you know how to access your HCC email account. Moodle is set up to register for that one, so that's the only account I use. So make sure you know how to get to that and that you check it regularly. Also, you will need either the textbook or the ebook. I don't care which you use. If you buy a new textbook in the bookstore, it will come with access to my marketing lab, and an e-text is included with that one. You can also purchase just the access code, and that includes the e-text, and that is fine with me if you want to use just the ebook. You might find that buying the access code and using the ebook is cheaper than buying the textbook. I'll also tell you, if you find an older copy of the textbook, I'm okay with that too. We're not allowed to sell that, or list that as our thing in the bookstore because of copyright things, but if you know somebody with an old textbook, I'm okay with that one. We are going to use my marketing lab, but everything in there is optional, so I'm not going to require you to purchase my marketing lab. So if you find a good deal on a used book, or if you buy just the book, I'm not going to make you buy separate access to my marketing lab. But if you have it, if you buy the book new, or if you buy just the access code to get the ebook and you have my marketing lab, I really encourage you to use it. There's some very good activities. There's lots of stuff in there. I'm picking out some of my favorites in there. And these are great ways to help you learn and practice the material, which is why I picked them. There's lots of quizzes in there to help you, especially if you need a little help with multiple choice exams. So there's some really great stuff in there. So I really encourage you to use it. But I realize it is kind of expensive, so that's why I'm not making it required if you can find a cheaper option. But if you have it, I really encourage you to use it. So if you're using that, then you want to register with my marketing lab, and I have instructions here on that. This is the course ID that you'll need. If you've used another Pearson product, you should be fairly familiar with that. And if not, I have detailed instructions in here later in this document. So then you've got everything you need, and you're ready to get started into the real stuff here. There's Moodle information. Hopefully you've got that covered now. Frequently asked questions. Do I have to travel to campus? Yes, both the midterm and the final exams must be taken on campus at the Academic Testing Center. You'll have to provide a photo ID and show up in person to take those exams. Yes, there are definitely deadlines in here. Those are all found on the course schedule. Allow yourself plenty of time because I'm not taking late assignments. If you miss a deadline, well, my first piece of advice is don't miss a deadline. Everything is due on Sunday nights. If you wait till Sunday night to get started, though, you always run a risk there. You're running a big chance that if something goes wrong, you didn't allow yourself any wiggle room for a plan B to come up. So my first recommendation is don't wait till the last minute. I do drop the lowest quiz grade and the lowest online assignment grade. So if you miss one, that's the one that gets dropped, and that's why I have that in there. Since I'm not extending due dates, that's why I have the drop the lowest grade in there. If you miss an exam, well, that's a pretty big deal. Don't just assume that I am going to allow you to make it up. So if you're going to be gone, you need to take it before you go. Don't just skip it and then contact me a couple days later and assume I'm going to make it up. I'm not going to let you make it up. Everything is asynchronous. You don't have to be online at certain times, so you can work when it works for you. There are no group assignments in this class. Can you work at your own pace? Oops, sorry. To a certain extent, yes. It's designed to follow a 15-week schedule. You can work ahead. Everything's posted in advance, so you can work ahead if you want to, but don't forget about the deadline. So you can work at your own pace, but you can't miss deadlines. Is it going to take more time or less time than a regular course? A lot of times these take more, because if you don't get it the first time, you can't just show up to class and I'll explain it then. So sometimes you have to go through it more. If you're taking an online course because you think it's going to be easier, you're probably going to be disappointed. However, if you're taking it for flexibility, you're going to be very pleased because you can work this at your own. If you want to work at 3 in the morning, you can do that. If you want to do all your work on the weekends because you work a lot during the week, you can do that. If you want to do your work during the week and have your weekends free, you can do that. Again, all the due dates are Sundays. I'd like to reiterate that the due date doesn't mean you have to wait until that day to do it. So if you want your weekends free, then you can make sure you have it all done by Friday, and do it before the due date. If you're going to be traveling, that's okay. You can do the stuff before you go. Everything's up there is posted in advance, so if you know ahead of time that you're going to be gone during part of the semester, you just do those assignments before you go. And the best way to contact me is email over telephone. You can certainly leave a message. You're certainly welcome to stop by my office hours. I'm in here a lot other than just my office hours. But email is probably the easiest because I check it constantly. And so that's probably the safest way to contact me. I emailed you and I didn't get a reply. Well, first of all, make sure you're checking the right email address. If you emailed me out of Moodle, then my response is going to your HCC email address, because it always happens where somebody's like, you didn't answer me, and they're checking their Yahoo, and my answer's sitting in the HCC email address. But I do get a lot of emails, so sometimes stuff does get missed. So if it's been a day or so, give me a chance to reply. But if it's been a day or so and you haven't heard back, go ahead and send me another email. Tips for doing well. You need to take responsibility here, and that means you need to be self-motivated and you need to be self-disciplined. It's going to that falls into the not procrastinating. That falls under using the tools here, which is this one. Utilize all the tools that are available to you. There's a lot of stuff, especially in my marketing lab. I have videos posted for every chapter in Moodle, so there's a lot of stuff that I put out there to help you, but it's up to you to use them. And if you contact me and say, I'm having trouble here, the first thing I'm going to say is, all right, tell me what you're doing. And so read the chapters, visit my marketing lab to do practice quizzes, watch the videos that I have put out for you, read the study guides that I put out for you. So there's a lot of stuff there. You don't have to use all of it, but I'd say at least at the beginning, try them all out and see what really helps you. Some people love the videos, some people don't need them, but try everything out and see and then focus on the things that you find most helpful. Don't procrastinate. Again, if you wait to the last minute and then you come up with a problem, you leave yourself no time to fix that problem. Have a backup plan in place. This is an online class, so obviously you're going to be doing a lot of stuff on the computer. If you don't have a reliable internet connection, the LSC is open 7 days a week, so you can always go there and do your homework. So make sure you have a backup plan in place. And the other thing, the way to really learn this stuff is to practice applying the concepts. That means doing the simulations of the video activities that I have assigned. That means reading extra things. That means discussing them and doing the little exercises that I have posted. So all those things help reinforce what you're learning, and that's really the best way to remember it. So you're going to do much better on the quizzes and the exams if you're practicing what you're learning. They're going to sink in a lot better. Check the announcements regularly. Since it's an online class, we don't have to worry about snow days and that kind of stuff, but every once in a while things get moved around, so make sure you check the announcement section. And whenever I post an announcement on Moodle, it also emails you on your HCC email address. And the last thing here is seek help if you're having trouble. If it's a technical problem, you can contact our learning support staff here. If it's something with my marketing lab, they have an online support. And if it's anything related to the content of the course, or even with Moodle, you can ask me. Just go ahead and send me an email, but don't wait until we're too far into the semester for you to catch up if you're having trouble. So that is, I think, pretty much it. The next page here is instructions for signing into my marketing lab. This is the website for that. You click on student. If you already have a Pearson account set up, like for my math lab or my IT lab or something like that, you can use that same ID and sign in, and then you're just going to register for another course. The course ID is right here. That's how you get into my course specifically. Now you can register for my course, and you can use it for up to 17 days for free. After 17 days, they're going to require either an access code or payment. So if you buy the access code in the bookstore, you can just do that right here at this time. You can register for so it'll ask you for the access code to know that you've paid for it, and then it'll ask you for the course ID to make sure you're enrolled in my course. But even if you don't pay yet, you can go ahead and enroll. And if you're not sure if you want to buy it, you can enroll in that and see what's in there and see if you think that's going to be helpful for you, because there is some really good stuff in there. After 17 days, then you either have to provide an access code or some sort of payment if you want to continue in that course. And so that's how to get signed in with that. If you have any questions about that one, let me know. I'm going to make a separate video where I show you around my marketing lab to show you what's in there. And I'm going to make another one here on the syllabus to kind of walk you through that so you know exactly what's expected. So there we go. I'm looking forward to a great semester. Look over all this material that I have posted, and if you have any questions, just call me or send me an email.